welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We're back today with another pantry mix video for you. We are doing 3 dry salad mixes. This is our salad dressing mixes, kind of like how you would go to the store and get little packets of Italian dressing or ranch dressing, that kind of thing. We're going to be making the dry mixes to where all you have to do when you want salad dressing is add some oil and maybe a few other ingredients. Before we jump in case you haven't heard, our giveaway for our Mix and Jars cookbook is now available or is now open for entries. If you would like to enter, all you have to do is click the link in the description box below and sign up with your email address so that we can contact you if you are the winner. If you have trouble accessing the description box, just go ahead and comment salad dressing down in the comments below and I will send you the link directly so that you don't have to go fishing for it. We always celebrate the release of new resources here at Food Prep Guide with a giveaway where we will select one winner to win a free cookbook. So the cookbook is not ready yet. We're running the giveaway until it is ready. We don't have a date for that, but it will be soon. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this first recipe is going to be an Italian dressing dry mix. So we're going to start out with 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. These recipes are going to all fit in a pint jar, and I like to just scoop them straight into the pint jar and then put the lid on and mix it all together. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and then half a cup of onion powder. You might see a few little chunks in this onion powder. That's because I just made this with my freeze-dried onions. I was out of onion powder. That's one of the nice things about dehydrating or freeze-drying your harvest. If you're out of a seasoning, you can always just blend it up in the moment and have your seasoning. So half a cup of onion powder. Ooh, onion powder. Okay, next is 1/4 cup of dried parsley. I need to kind of crumble this with my fingers a little bit because this is parsley that we freeze dried and I didn't ground it. I don't like to ground up dried herbs until right before I'm ready to use them. It just helps them stay as strong as possible as far as their aroma and their flavor goes. So 1/4 cup of dried parsley. And to that, we will add a 1/4 cup of oregano. Y'all know me, if you're friends of the channel, I don't stock oregano in bulk, but I do stock an Italian seasoning in bulk. Anytime something calls for oregano, I go ahead and use my Italian seasoning blend, which is very heavy on oregano. So a 1/4 cup of that oregano. Next is a 1/4 cup of dried minced onions. Dried minced onions. Next, we'll do a 1/4 cup of dried basil. Again, I need to crush these. I think it's vacuum sealed, yeah. That's how I store all of my herbs, is vacuum sealed in mason jars. And like I said, I don't crush them until I'm ready to use them. If you do happen to have both a dehydrator and a freeze dryer, I will say that I choose to freeze dry my herbs. Now that I have a freeze dryer, the difference is incredible. Just incredible. Freeze dried definitely beats out dehydrated if you have that option. Okay, next is going to be a 1/4 cup of salt. I'm going to go a little bit light on that. Sometimes I do like heaping scoops. I'm going to do a little bit, not heaping on the 1/4 cup of salt. And next is 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can certainly leave out the sugar if you like. To me, 2 tablespoons in a whole pint jar isn't that big of a deal, especially when you consider that you're only using about a 1/4 cup of dressing on your salad anyway. Okay, next is 2 teaspoons of black pepper. One and two. followed by a half teaspoon of ground thyme. I'm almost out. I need to mix some more up. So half a teaspoon of ground thyme. A little bit shy on that, but I'm out, so oh well. And last but not least, 1 teaspoon of celery seed. We do store this in bulk because it's in a lot of our canning recipes, a lot of our pickling recipes. I also will use it when I'm making cream of celery soup and I don't have any actual freeze-dried or dehydrated celery. I'll do about half a teaspoon of celery seed, and it gives it just enough of that celery flavor to really give it that cream of celery soup. Just throwing that out there. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to put this lid on. Another tip, this is a great opportunity to reuse your canning lids. B&B, that's our bread and butter pickles. Anytime you're making dry mixes or you're storing your home dehydrated foods or home freeze-dried foods, those are excellent opportunities to go ahead and reuse your canning lids. Okay, and there we have our Italian seasoning mix. Stay tuned, we will make this up at the end of the video after we make our other dry mixes. Okay, moving on, we are going to do a Greek salad dressing mix. So to start, we need a 1/4 cup of dried oregano. Remember, I just substitute for Italian dressing, but you could certainly use just dried oregano if you like. So a 1/4 cup of dried oregano. To that, we'll add a 1/4 cup of dried basil. I need to crush these real quick. I like to do a heaping cup anytime I'm using dried basil because it's just so good. Okay, and to that we're going to add a 1/4 cup of dried chives. I do not have any more of our homegrown chives that are dry. I have some growing out in the garden, but they are not dried yet. So a 1/4 cup of dried chives. This is another good one that is so good freeze-dried. Okay, and next is a 1/4 cup of sugar. I do recommend doing the sugar in this one for sure. Unless of course you just can't for dietary reasons. But it really helps balance some of the stronger flavors in this dressing. Okay, so now we're going to switch to teaspoons, and for all the rest ingredients we need 4 teaspoons of each of these ingredients. So the first is going to be dried thyme, and I was thinking I think I have more thyme, and I have a whole big bottle. I'm so glad because I need 4 teaspoons in this one. In this recipe, I totally forgot that I had this. Okay, so 4 teaspoons of dried thyme. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is ground thyme. And 4 teaspoons of marjoram. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could certainly convert the 4 teaspoons into cups, but I can't fit my cups down into these jars. So I'm just doing the 4 teaspoons route. Okay, 4 teaspoons of onion powder. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Y'all know me, I've got to count out loud or I will lose my place. 4 teaspoons of garlic powder. If y'all have never tried Greek seasoning on your salad, I highly recommend it. It was probably only about 5 years ago, 3, 4, okay. It was probably only about 5 years ago that I tried Greek salad dressing for the first time, and it quickly became one of my favorites. Okay, 4 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2, 3, and 4. last but not least, 4 teaspoons of pepper. 2, 3, and I'm going to do a light 4, so I don't want it too terribly spicy. Okay, and that is it. Let me get all this residue off here, off this funnel. And that is all you need for Greek dressing. And I'm going to go ahead and put my label on this because the Italian dressing and the Greek dressing looks similar. So if you're making them in batches, you probably want to go ahead and plop a label on it so that you can tell the Italian apart from the Greek. Okay, let's give it a mix. And then I'm going to read you out loud how to make this salad dressing when you go to make a salad. We're going to make the Italian dressing in just a minute on camera, but for the others, I'll just read them out loud. Okay, when you are ready to make Greek salad dressing, you're going to use just 1 tablespoon of this mix. It is extremely concentrated. So 1 tablespoon of this mix in 1/3 cup olive oil, avocado oil, just oil of your choice, and a 1/3 cup of white wine vinegar. I generally only have red wine vinegar, and red wine vinegar is fine as well, although it's not going to stay true to like a store-bought Greek salad dressing, but we're not trying to go exactly store-bought. We're trying to go a lot healthier so that we can control the ingredients. And I love the flavor of red wine vinegar in this, but it does call for a 1/3 cup of white wine vinegar. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next recipe. Okay, next is a buttermilk ranch salad dressing mix. We're going to start with 1 cup of buttermilk powder. If you don't want this to necessarily be buttermilk, then you can certainly use a milk powder, but I do highly recommend the buttermilk powder. We get this either online or from Azure Standard. I will do my best to link a buttermilk powder down in the description box below. Okay, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. And then 1 tablespoon of dried dill weed. This is another one that's really good freeze-dried, but I don't have any. Actually, I think I do. Let me smell this, see if it's strong enough. Yeah, it's strong enough. Okay. I just realized that I do have a freeze-dried jar of dill weed in my back pantry, but this is fine. I need to use it up. It's my last store-bought from before I started growing and drying my own dill. So what did I say? 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of dried dill weed. And next is 1 tablespoon of onion powder. And then 2 teaspoons of dried chives again. Won't fit. Okay, so 1, whoops, 1 heaping, and 2. And to that we will add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1, 2. 1 teaspoon of salt. And a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And that is our buttermilk ranch salad dressing. Got a label here. I want to go ahead and put it on so I don't forget what it is. There we go. To make this up, to make it nice and creamy, we need a few ingredients. So when you're ready to make ranch salad dressing, all you need is 1/4 cup of your ranch mix, 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream, and 1/2 cup of milk. And you have your ranch salad dressing. Okay, let's make up that Italian dressing mix real quick. Okay, let's make up this Italian dressing mixture. I like to make up salad dressings in 1/2 pint jars. That way if I don't use it all for one salad, I can just screw a lid on and put it in the fridge and it's there for the next salad. Okay, so we need 2 tablespoons of the mixture that we made. 2, did I say teaspoons or tablespoons? Tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of our mixture. And then we will do a 1/4 cup of vinegar. I usually do just distilled white. But there's plenty of other vinegars you could use. So distilled white vinegar, 1/4 cup of that. And then 1/2 cup of oil of your choice. We almost always use avocado oil when we're making salad dressings. We need 1/2 cup of that. I've got my 1/4 cup out here, so I'm going to use 2 of those. 1 and 2. And last but not least, we need 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Although I never actually measure out the teaspoon, I just do a little squirt of Dijon mustard. Okay. Let's give that a good mix and see how it looks. I like making up salad dressings like this because it saves space in my refrigerator and I can prep it all ahead of time, so I'm not buying it from the store. If you're friends of the channel, you know that we grow our salad ingredients and we pretty much always have a salad bar at the ready. But everybody likes different dressings, and instead of having 4 or 5 different bottles open in the fridge, I just have all these mixtures on the pantry shelf, and it doesn't take long at all to mix up the dressing. There it is. Some people put Parmesan cheese in their Italian dressing, which you could do that at this point as well. It tastes a little bit more like Olive Garden style Italian dressing if you put the Parmesan cheese in it. But if you're trying to keep it dairy free, then this is all you need. Okay, friends, don't forget to enter the giveaway for our Mix and Jars cookbook. If you have trouble accessing the description box, go ahead and comment salad dressings down in the description box below, and I'll send the link straight to you. Otherwise, check out the link in the description box to enter to win the cookbook whenever it's ready. We'll see y'all next time. Bye!